Hey, what's good, folks? Welcome to the Good Pass Podcast with Reggie Gallon. And if you guessed in the previous video, that was me. Yes, it was. I was a former point guard at Auburn. That's me making a play, making a good pass against South Carolina back in the early 90s. And I wanted to start this thing off with that highlight. I started this Good Pass Podcast because I'm a former point guard. I always love watching guys make plays, making life easier for their teammates and making good passes, setting them up for good buckets. And so this podcast, in addition to talking about basketball and breaking down basketball on my bi-weekly podcast that I do, we're also going to do a highlight every Sunday. I'm going to put out highlights with some of the best passes that I've seen throughout the week and the previous weeks. NBA, high school, women's basketball, pro basketball. I'm going to collect some of the best passes I can find. And in those passes, you're going to see some of them finish with some of the most acrobatic and most tremendous dunks that you could ever imagine. And some of them are going to be just jump shots or whatever. But I'm going to find the best passes out there for you guys because that's what I did as a player. And that's what I love to see. And I just have this thing. When I'm sitting with my family and I'm watching the game, I'll see a good pass and I just yell out, "Good pass!" So don't be afraid to see or hear me say good pass in some of these videos. I just do it. It comes automatically. I do it. It brings excitement to me. And good pass. So you'll see some of that in these highlights. Enjoy them. And don't forget to plug into my podcast that I do twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm on every podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, FM Player, iHeartRadio. Check out those podcasts as we move closer into March Madness. I'll help you break down some of your brackets so you can win that prize. I don't know if you guys enter the bracket pools for March Madness. On the men's and women's side, I'll help you guys break down your brackets and pick the best teams going into March Madness. So in the meantime, kick back and enjoy some good pass.
9 cents. LaMelo, the rip away. Clean air. Miles Bridges. How about that? 9 cents.
Ooh, good pass.
Get off this ball screen and attack. Get a piece of the paint. All of a sudden, you're bringing help like that. Here's that little hand there. And that's because the activity on the
Good pass.
green. Green on the drive this time. Leads it for Kessler.
As a matter of fact, probably would put him on the opposing team's best guard.
Another Auburn takeaway. Here's Williams. Slams it home.
Ooh, good pass.
Damn, Spencer.
Ooh, good pass.
I could be chill on the beat. I be real on the beat. Let me get a feel for the beat. They whacking it weak. They broken the boards. Looking, I'm killing the beat. Flow is the sickest. Take my temperature. Cause I be ill on the beat, but I'm still on the beat. I spit that fire. I make you feel the heat. Sheesh. Watch me pop up.
Good pass. Ooh, good pass.
Damn, Spencer.
It's about volume and Cardinal turns it.
Well-balanced defensive team. They got size. They got perimeter athleticism. And they're going to
Good pass. Ooh, good pass. Yeah, thanks for joining us on the Good Pass Podcast with Reggie Gallon, the highlight edition on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the page. We're going to keep bringing you guys great material and entertain you guys with some of the best passes and finishes in basketball, whether it's high school, NBA, or some college, and even women's pass. I think women are some of the best passes out there, so we'll be covering some WNBA and some NCAA college women's basketball as well. You can find our bi-weekly, we do a podcast on all the podcast networks, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, FM Player, iHeartRadio. We do our podcast twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Make sure you're tapping into those where you'll get my breakdowns of the hottest NBA games of the week and talking about the college as we get closer to March Madness. We'll tap into some of that, give you guys some exciting information. I don't know if you guys do the brackets, but as we move into March and get ready for March Madness, I'll give you some college breakdowns that I think may help you with your brackets, all right? You're going to get the inside scoop. So thanks for joining us on the Good Pass podcast, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next Good Pass.